Hello everybody. Spring is here. It's the first day of spring. You know what that means. That means that you need to go out, refill your prescription of Zysol, get ready for the dogwoods and the pear trees to come to bloom, and suit up with your antihistamines. But it also means that we're switching over. It means we're taking our Latafa cameras and we are throwing them in the garbage. Just kidding. Set them aside. See you later in a fall camera. Why do we do this? Why do we go from fall to spring? Why can't we just wear one fragrance year round? Well, certain fragrances are good for certain seasons. If you try to wear a boozy, deep cognac, sultry, cologne, spicy vanilla, it's a good example, and it's hot outside and you're sweating, it is repulsive. Does not mix good with sweat, does not hit the nose and the senses in the right way. So we don't wear winter and fall fragrances in the spring and summer. And while you can do spring and summer fragrances in the fall, it's just a little hot. Enough talking. Let's get into the first one. Nautica Voyage. I'm prepared to walk back on my views of Nautica Voyage. If you've seen any of my other videos at all, you'll know that I'm not a fan of Nautica Voyage. But if you're gonna say that you're wrong, you might as well start with it first, right? I've never necessarily hated Nautica Voyage for its profile. I just think it's stereotypical blues cologne, but after watching a video where the interviewer went out and compared Nautica Voyage to Creed Aventus, and almost everybody picked Nautica Voyage, I'm like, I gotta put it in here. It's not a surprise people like this, and women don't like Creed Aventus, but $25 blues cologne. Get this over Nautica. The Nautica is, in my opinion, I'm biased. I don't like it, but super alcohol. Just nothing but alcohol. Floral, fruity, a little C notes in there. It's just not my cup of tea. But you know what? I would be absolutely full of crap if I did not say that people like that cologne, and it's a great choice for spring. Not my collection, but just because I don't like it doesn't mean you won't. Next, Sauvage. Sauvage is unique in the fact that, well, it's very fruity and very playful at the beginning, but it's unique in the fact that it is not deep, which is something that you're looking for in the spring and summertime. Things that are playful, things that don't have a whole lot of depth. You want very shallow things in spring. Fun, nice, playful, right? Dior Sauvage competes with Y Men. It's a wonderful profile. It's super sweet, woodsy. I think there's some patchouli in there, but it is not overly sweet and it's not overly woody. It's that perfect mix, and then when it settles, it becomes more musky. Definitely a masculine scent, but the reason why I include something like this on here and not its competitors like Y-Man is because Y-Man is complex. It's a fall fragrance. This isn't. This could be both. So Dior Sauvage, but you probably already have that in your collection. Everybody does. Bleu de Chanel. You'll notice that spring fragrances are kind of those colognes that are the hybrid between, they're not overly citrusy, they're not overly salty like C notes. You know, it's Bilistine by Creed is definitely a summer. Acqua di Gio, definitely a summer. Spring is that middle ground between the two, and I think Bleu de Chanel, Eau de Parfum, does it well. Right at the top, you get a hit of that sweetness, of that fruitiness. There's a bit of that pink pepper, which I don't typically like. But when it settles down, you're left with a very masculine but subtle sweetness that honestly isn't worth $160. Maybe not. But it's something that hasn't really been cloned super well. So it kind of stands alone. And like the title of the video that I talked about this cologne, it's king for a reason. It's good. Next, I would be absolutely remiss if I didn't talk about probably the granddaddy spring cologne, and that is Green Irish Tweed by Creed. Now, this cologne has been cloned very well so many times. There's no reason to spend $250, $300 for Green Irish Tweed. You have two choices. Cool Water by Davidoff and its many variations, EDT, EDP, or I prefer Très Nuit. Très Nuit is by Armaf, right? Yeah, Armaf has kind of a strange setup. And the one thing about all Armaf colognes, I will say, this has more of a subtlety. I think it's better blended than Cool Water. It doesn't have that alcohol. It's not as offensive, and it performs unbelievably well. Green Irish Tweed. If spring could be bottled, it would be Green Irish Tweed profile. Right at the beginning, it's like freshly cut grass. It's super earthy, super woodsy, but also reminiscent of flowers growing. It's very floral, a little tiny bit of citrus to make it sweet. Just an incredible cologne. I remember I sprayed this 3 times, maybe 4, and that was good for like 10 hours. So I could still smell it on myself, which is the true scent. Usually after 15, 20 minutes, I get like nose blind, is what they call it. But not with this guy, and that's how I know I was projecting. Boom. Okay. One of the top sold clones on the market, Afnan, 9 p.m. This is a clone of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. While the JPG isn't overly expensive, this guy kind of does a little bit to bring down those some people would consider offensive notes at the beginning. Alpha male can come on very strong, very fruity, very in your face. What this has done is given you the same package, but more subtle. Oh my gosh. It's so freaking good. Right when you first smell it, it kind of smells like a Tootsie Pop. Like a cherry Tootsie Pop. It's still in your face, unapologetic with its fruit notes for sure, but it's not offensive. It's not slapping you in the face like JPG is. It's fruity, and then when it dries down, it's super sweet and what I describe as sugary, like that mix between sweet and floral. I consider that like sugary, almost like Kool-Aid powder or something, like kind of reminiscent of that. Almost like makes your mouth water, honestly. It's when you have that sweetness, as it settles, it does get a little bit more on the floral, more floral, less sweet. Everything that you want everything you want in a spring fragrance and more. Go get this, I'm telling you, incredible. CK1. This is my throwback. Now, Calvin Klein, this could go into summer, but CK actually has a CK1 summer, and it puts more of those aquatic notes. I think this is good for spring. I really do. It is that fresh, soapy. Need 2 sprays on this, come on. Oh, it is that fresh, soapy, floral, like running through a field of flowers that are growing, and just takes you to that perfect kind of hammock weather on a farm or something like that. It's super floral, a little woodsy coming in the back, but super, super soapy, hits you in the face with it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. This is definitely, could be summer, but I think for sure spring. CK1, super, super affordable as well. It comes in the big bottle, 4 ounces, $30, $40, something like that. Lots of variations. Guess green. Anything that's green, it's gonna be spring, spring, spring. I have been, y'all are probably getting sick of seeing this, I've been fangirling over this thing so hard. I finally figured out what this is though. Right at the beginning, you're hit with a wormwood, so it's woody, and you're like, that's familiar. But at the same time, you're like, what? Like it's different, you know? Oh, I missed it. I sprayed like over it. Oh my gosh. So it's a wormwood. It's none of the woods you're used to. It's not the cedar. It's not patchouli. It's not the ambergris. It's not earthy like that. It's wormwood coming out, hitting you with some rose, some violet, some floral, and then at the very end it hits you with a little bit more musk and suede. Incredible. I realized I paid way too much for this. You can go on other discounters and eBay, get this in the big bottle for like $20. This is my sleeper. This is my sleeper. Incredible, incredible scent. Last one. I wanted to make it a little bit more modern. A 2023 mid to late release. Yves Saint Laurent, myself. The very first fragrance that I reviewed on this channel. I never pay full price for a cologne. I go to the discounters. If I need to, I'll wait a few months till the price goes down. Not this. I smelled this the first time. I gave it an 11 out of 10, and I bought it that day. Full price. Oh, give it a second. I will say it has a very strong alcohol presence at the beginning. So, right when you spray it, it opens up with these incredible floral notes. This floral notes coupled with a little bit of woodsiness. Tiny bit of sweetness. It's there, but it's not the star. It's super flowery. And the thing that I like about this is that it morphs a little bit, but the same great scent profile you get in the opening and the mid notes is there for you at the bottom notes. Oh, honestly, I can't compare it to anything. It's like a more tame version of Afnan's 9 p.m. It's not as fruity, but all the same working pieces are there. So, run down again. Nautica Voyage, Dior Sauvage. Pick your favorite. Green Irish Tweed. I like Très Nuit. Afnan's 9 p.m. CK1. Guess green. Important. Green. And then YSL's myself. If I had to pick, if I had to choose which one I'm gonna be rocking the most, it's probably gonna be Afnan's 9 p.m. YSL. When I'm in a mood, I'll do Très Nuit, and then if I just want to freak out and bend over and go, oh my gosh, that's good, I'll be rocking Guess. Mix it up. But these are the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8. Did I mess up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. I wanted to do 5. I couldn't do just 5. These are the only 8 spring colognes you'll ever need. Put them away in summer, fall. Come back to them next year. They'll still be relevant. They'll still be incredible. Green Irish Tweed has been relevant since, I think, the 80s. That's when it was made. Blue de Chanel, same thing. So, this is my video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Until next time.